Hello out there. This is Vincent Price with Price Stamp of Approval. You're in for a treat, future teachers. I am focusing this video on drafting a philosophy of education. If you don't know what a philosophy of education is, then you haven't gotten into your teaching program well enough because more than likely you're going to be required to write about three of them. You might get sick of it. But anyway, so in this video, I'm just giving you a brief introduction to a philosophy of education and let you know what it is. So it's essentially a profile of who you are as an educator. Okay, so that's dealing with beliefs, that's dealing with values, actions, what have you. We want to know, the people hiring you want to know what types of things you actually believe as a teacher before they actually hire you. They don't want to bring someone who doesn't fit into that school environment. As you go through drafting this philosophy of education, just like if you're writing a personal statement, if you've gone through graduate school applications, you should come out knowing more about yourself. Um, if you're applying for public school, if that's what you're trying to go for, more than likely you're not going to be required to actually provide a physical or digital personal philosophy of education. Excuse me. Instead, those questions in the interview process are going to be geared toward that. So instead of asking you to give them your physical copy of philosophy of education, they'll ask you, what types of things do you feel should be a part of your classroom? Or what's your view on technology? Or what's your view on classroom management? So as you go into an interview, it's very important to understand your beliefs, but going deeper than that, knowing your beliefs, but also why you believe them. Okay. So once you actually start to sit down and think about who you want to be or who you are, you can break it down to three main categories: the roles, the goals, and the moles. Okay, so that's the roles, ROLES, goals, GOALS, and then moles, MOLES. Yes, I said moles. Here's what we got. Ooh, look at my drawings. You like that? I do. All right, so the first step is thinking about the roles. Okay, so what role are you as a teacher going to play? Are you going to be the sage on the stage? Are you going to be the lecturer for the students to just absorb the knowledge from? Are you going to be a facilitator, guiding the students through these different activities and these explorations of knowledge? What role are the students going to play? Are they just absorbing? Are they just the vessels for you to pour your water of knowledge in? Or are they the ones who are constructing and deconstructing? Are they working together? Is it a hands-on type of class? If you're in public school, especially with the little ones, you might even consider what the role of the parents is going to be, what the role of the administrators is going to be. So consider that. That's the first step. How are you going to play a part? How are the students going to play a part in this grand scheme of it all called the classroom? Then we have the goals. Oftentimes, if you're trying to head in a direction, head for a destination, you have to know what that destination is. You just can't go start random. So figure out where you're trying to go. According to you, what does learning look like? If you say that you want your students to learn, what does that look like in the classroom? If you say that you want to prepare your students for success, what does that look like? If you ask people, 10 different people, they might say 10 different things. Likewise, what is the role of education? If you ask 10 different teachers, they might give you a different answer. To prepare students to be active citizens, to prepare students with skills and knowledge to actually get a job, to prepare students to pass a test. What is it? What's success look like? What's learning look like? What's the purpose of education? Think about all these types of things. What is the end goal? Because knowing the end goal is going to then determine how you're going to structure your class. And the last step, roles, goals, and moles. You see my little mole there? So the moles are going to be those little things, seemingly little and seemingly unimportant things that you need to consider, because if you don't consider them, then they will drive and dig holes underneath the foundation of your curriculum, underneath the foundation of your classroom until everything just collapses. Okay? So, moles, things to consider are: what's your view on classroom management? What's your view on giving feedback? teacher to student feedback, student to teacher feedback, peer-to-peer feedback. Think about those types of things. Engagement, motivation. Is it important for the students to be engaged? Is it important for the students to be motivated in order to perform well in your class? If you neglect these types of things, these considerations, then they will, no matter how strong your goals are, no matter how strong your roles are, they will tear everything apart. Okay? So my next video is going to give you some insight in actually constructing your philosophy of education, whether that's in an essay form or just in bulleted form. I'm going to show you both. Okay. So, but in the meantime, think about your roles, think about the goals, and think about the most. If you have any questions for me, send me an email, leave a comment, like and subscribe. Find me on Facebook, subscribe to my YouTube, find me on Instagram. I seem to be everywhere. Have a fantastic day.